Okay, guys, so we're going to go ahead and move on with the motherboard now. This is a Aorus Z790 Aorus Pro X gaming motherboard, obviously. Also, this is a Intel chipset for Z90 supporting. So this does support 14 gen processor. So if you're trying to do anything earlier than that, you probably shouldn't. I wound up getting a 14th gen i7 14700, 20 core processor. So that's what we're going to be rocking this with. Now, I did already do an unbox video showcasing just the badassery of this. I'm going to set that off to the side. Pull everything out. There's nothing else left in here, so we're going to close that back up. There we go. You're going to sit that right on the top there. And let's go ahead and get the motherboard out. Now, just like every tech YouTuber you see out there, you never want to grab the board by its back. You want to grab it by its side. So we're going to set that down right here on the box. And let me grab the processor. Got that right here. I did open it up, make sure everything was perfect, that the pins were good. Now, had we had the M.2, we would be using this toolless access and place the M.2 right here. We don't, so we won't be doing that. We won't be doing that part. But take a look at this, though. I mean, this has a very badass, very awesome finish here. We're not going to peel anything off until we put the M.2 in. Which it's a real shame that we can't do that just yet. But hey, it is what it is, guys, and that's what it is. Slide that back into place. And there we go. It's locked back in. So let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and open this up. Give me just a quick second here, guys. I'm going to review a few things. Okay, here we go. I always get nervous at this part. So we're going to go ahead, open up. I'll set that off to the side there. So there we go. Don't know how well you're going to read that. But there we go. We have the processor right here. Now sorry about that. Usually you'll see a little arrow, a little indicator on here. I'm taking a quick look here just to make sure we're putting this on right. Bear with me, guys. Okay, guys, so here we go. I have the processor right here. Now there is a little arrow on the face right here. I don't know how well that's going to come out, but there's a little arrow right here. And if we look at the lid here, there's an arrow right here. So that tells us that we have this oriented the correct way. Also, there are little grooves here at the bottom and here at the top that will match up with the frame of the motherboard. I always get nervous at this part. Okay, looks like it's in there. We're going to go ahead and lower it, and moment of truth time, guys. Okay, guys, so I closed it down because I was very nervous. I try to, I'm always nervous about the plastic part coming off. Like I said, I haven't built a computer in years, so a little bit nervous, so I actually did that off camera. I do apologize, but we do have it seated right in there. When you pull this lever down, make sure you push and clip it in so it's secure. This will not come out. This processor is in. Now, a couple things we can do right now. We're not going to do the AIO because we're going to wait to put that in the case. We can technically put the RAM in here if we really wanted to. And just to show you guys the RAM that we're going to be working with today, we have the T-Force, the Delta. These are DDR5s. Delta 32 gigabytes because they're 2x16s. 6,000 megahertz right there. So yeah, we're going all out. Yes, I am going with white RAM. Let's just take a look at how it's going to look at first. I kind of can't. I'm kind of like going nuts because I just wanted to see. I want to see how everything is going to look aesthetically. Now we do have 4 sticks, by the way. Let's orient this. Open these up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Make sure I'm getting this. Is this right? Or do I have it the other way around? Let me double check. No. Yeah. There we go. There you go. We got the snap. Let me just cut this other one open very quickly. Okay, so there we go. We have the 4 sticks of DDR5 RAM in here. We have the i7 14700 20-core processor. I just wish we had the M.2. But, I mean, right there... man, this looks insane. We got... And yes, this is RGB as well. Yeah, we went full-blown RGB on just about everything on this build here. So there we are. So this is what we have for part 1 for part 1 of this build, of the build process, I should say. Now the next part we're going to be doing is we're going to be moving on to, well, placing this and mounting this into the tower itself. And we're going to show that in the next part, guys, okay? Okay, so there we are. Everything is seated, as I said. We have the 4 sticks of DDR5 RAM, the i7 processor, the 14700 is in there. So now the next part is we need to secure this. We need to mount this into the tower itself. So let's get that going. Okay, guys, so obviously we can see that the processor is seated. The 4 DDR5 RAM sticks are seated. So now we need to go ahead and mount this bad boy into the computer itself. Let's go. Okay, guys, so here we go. We already have the standoffs in here. So now it's just a matter of lining them up. I may just pull these power cords. They're getting in the way here. So let's go ahead and pause this. Okay, there we go. We got it. We got them in. Now I just have to go ahead and get all the screws in so we can get this securely mounted inside, like we should. Let me just grab these screws right here. Now Fantex gives us these assortment of screws right here. So let me go ahead and, with the magic of editing, you'll see it firmly secured and screwed in. And just like that, our motherboard is very secure in here. Now, what I love about this is this Gigabyte motherboard, I think, pairs perfectly with this case physically. When I laid this, I moved this around, jostled it just slightly, and where the standoffs were, it just perfectly locked into place. And then I just hand screwed each of these. Now, I know some people will use electric screwdrivers, but I use my handy dandy iFixit toolkit. Now, I am not affiliated with iFixit in any shape or form. However, I do highly recommend iFixit. Their kits or their tool sets, they have every little bit you could possibly think of. Whether you're working on your cell phone, your laptop, a desktop computer, whatever you're doing, they literally have different tool sets for you to use. And now I am going to throw a link, because you can find these on Amazon and a few other retailers. But literally, I do swear by this so much, because they're just the perfect set. I love the case itself. Everything has a place, and there's a place for everything. The lid is magnetic, and it has this kind of grid here, so you can place various screws. So it's got a nice magnetic tray that comes with it. There are some more intense looking sets that they do have. This is a basic one I bought like a year or two, no, maybe 2 years ago. And I use it for, just regular everyday stuff. I'm from the old school, we're not using any kind of electric hand screwdriver, but, doing it by hand. But how good does this look now? Now that we have the motherboard fully seated in the computer itself, I think it's time that we move on to fans. Now, we're going to do that in the next video. Fan placement. Now, I am going with the Fantex D30 fans, and I'm going to show you them in just a minute, or I'll show you them in the next video. Now, what we're going to do is we're doing one at the bottom, 3 right here, 1 in the rear, and then, of course, 3 connected to the radiator, the AIO. This, right now, I don't want to jinx myself, but right now this build is going... it's going perfect right now. I don't want to jinx myself. I said it. I know. But guys, what do you think about this, man? Oh, man, it's looking so good. So good. So guys, we're going to go ahead and catch you in the next video. I want to thank you guys for checking out the build, the project grid. We are going forward. I want to say we're practically about halfway done. We have the processor, we have the RAM, we have the motherboard it's seated in. I'll say this, we're about a third of the way through. But guys, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, let me know in the comment section below. Like I said, I am very much a novice. I am not a pro at this. But step by step, I want to show you guys that, yes, anyone can build. I mean, there are plenty of YouTube videos and tutorials and experts out there who can walk you through this. This case is very user friendly. If you're a first time builder, you want something that's a gaming rig but that looks so friggin' badass, I highly recommend the NV5 by Phanteks. By the way, guys, in each and every one of these videos, I am going to have links for all the components and all the parts that we're using for this build, and any kind of accessories or resources that we're using for this as well. But guys, until next time, this is Dave from Dave's Dimension saying keep on busting, and I'm always going to catch you on the flip side. Take care, guys.